Today we're going to try to cut the stock Mudflap to match, or to where it's not too big and bulky, yeah, and too ugly. We're probably going to cut it so that way it's only hanging down about maybe 3 to 4 inches, because that's pretty, no reason for that Mudflap to be that low. It looks kind of ugly, and we're going to paint it afterwards. That's the rear. Let's show everybody the front of what we're going to do, if it's going to work. It may not. So it looks like the shop that worked on this truck previously did like a NorCal trim on the back. So I guess there was a bracket right there, but they either hit it back or it's not there anymore. So those two aren't even gonna bolt onto anything. So we're just gonna cut it right here, and then you saw the line. You see the line right there? That's where we're gonna cut it as well.
And it'll wrap around all the way to the back, and it'll pretty line up flat to the bottom of the cab.
All right.
So
hopefully that works.
Fill this gap.
Yeah. So hopefully that works, and if that does work, I feel like a lot of people are going to be using this method instead of buying.
Madness.
Yeah, instead of buying $200 for the Kelderman cap, just use your factory.
I labeled it front passenger.
Front passenger. All right. FP. Maybe I should just leave it like that. It looks good. The contrast. I'm just kidding.
Where do you want to do this cap?
Probably like right there if we can. I guess pretty right
So
below.
the bottom of the cab would be right about here.
Yeah, we'll do it right there. That'll look good.
So let me just mark it right here, and then I'll trace that line all the way around.
All right.
And then you don't want to go. So
should we give it a little bit more room past the, maybe like there?
right here.
Yeah. Just to give it some.
But you don't. It'll just go pretty much like. Oh, well.
Yeah, because I still need to use
Do
that.
it just like this, right underneath that.
Yeah. Because I mean, we can always make it curve up too if we need to.
So all this is going to be gone down here. So we can use this leftover plastic just to branch, because it's pretty much going to go. No, all of this will be gone.
Yeah.
And so we can use this leftover plastic to fill in the bottom of this gap.
Okay.
Right here.
Because all else fails, we can just cut it like. Oh yeah, I guess it'll all be gone. Yeah.
So this is.
And I really don't even need it to go all the way across anyway.
No.
Because really, at this point, it's just gonna be for aesthetics.
Bottom, pretty much the same thing. Hello.
To check it
So
out.
pretty much the same thing as that front one. It'll wrap around to about right here.
All right.
And then it'll wrap all the way around. It'll probably start cutting off right here. So all this will be gone down here. Well, it can't be because it'll show that. So we kind of need to go up and then around.
All right.
We'll figure it out.
And if it works, I'm gonna be wondering why no one's ever done it yet.
Bottom custom fab. Oh wow, it ends up perfectly right there at that corner.
Yep, that's perfect.
I'm gonna go around. Let's use a straight edge to finish that off.
We can go straight.
Yeah, let's do that. Straight edge. Yeah, that probably looks better.
Yeah, that'll look better then.
And then straight right here.
Looks good. Hot plastic.
And
melted.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay. In theory, that should work.
I think I would do a bottom plate, don't you? Oh wow, that is like perfect.
That's
Come
perfect?
look at this. Look at the body.
Oh yeah.
Or we can just sand this.
Dude, I'm really not even worried about the bottom.
Who's gonna get down here and do this? We just sand this, like sand it like that.
Yeah. Main reason why I want to have one there is
Just because of this.
yeah, just because of that. As long as we cover that up, I'm not really worried about the bottom.
Okay.
Like we could save ourselves a couple hours.
That's gonna be a lot of work to make a bottom plate
Yeah.
and to form it together and bondo it.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Okay. Well, I think I really like how that turned out.
Dude, that's perfect. And if that's the case, I don't know why people don't just use their stock ones.
It'll still mount right here.
Yeah.
It'll still mount back here. And then how does it look? Oh, that looks good right here. Cool. So let's copy this for the other side.
All right.
And still gotta figure out.
I probably should patent it. Got all of these cups, got all of these caps sanded down with, he's over there powder coating cups, got me all confused. Sanded it down with, what, 120, 220, and 400. Should I do it with 600 too?
No.
No? Alright. So, it should look like this. We'll go in there and wash it with soap and water.
It'll look like this.
Ooh, and then look like that.
Shout out to Elite Innovations.
Oh yeah, there we go. That is candy blue?
Candy blue.
Candy blue. Got the paint booth all set up. Got all the parts wiped down with wax and tar remover. And then we should be pretty much ready to start painting. This is weird. Got you.
All right, first coat done.
All right, and then
2 more.
that looks good already. All right, so here we have it. I repainted the fender flares. I still need a wet sand with 1500 and 2000 and then buff it out. So it's not as shiny as the ones up front, but just look how much better that looks. Before, the mud flaps came like all the way down here, and this one was, I think, even worse. So I think it was like down here, and it just looked really awful. That's how it should have been from the factory, but it is what it is. So I think I'm gonna start doing this for people in my area that have like the 2020s that want to get rid of their ugly fender flares. I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping them and repainting them to match the fender flares. But look how much better that looks compared to factory, and also compared to having no caps. So leave a comment below what you guys think. And up front, I did have one cut. Let me see if I can show you guys. Here it is. It actually looked really good. However, so that's how that looks. If you look at it from back here, it looks really good. However, with this setup I'm running, I do rub right there, and that's why the Kelderman cap cuts down like this at an angle, so that way you still have some turning radius. So what I'm gonna do is, obviously this one is broken, I can't use it. I might be able to, possibly, if I cut it at an angle. Yeah, I may actually just end up cutting this at an angle like that, like the Kelderman's cap, and just glue this piece to the fender flare, because at the end of the day I'm really just trying to cover up this awkward gap, and I don't really care how it looks over here, if it's shallow or if it's hollow or not. So we might do that with the factory mud flaps for the front, because I'm not about to spend $200 for the Kelderman ones. Also, if you guys missed my previous uploads, we powder coated these. It's neon yellow for accent pieces, and I recently, today, just picked up this piece from Jimmy Rivers. God, look how good that looks on the traction bar. I did not think it would be that vibrant, but when you put it against a black traction bar, wow, that neon yellow really pops. So that's gonna look really good on that truck. Actually, when I went to go pick these up, I dropped off my spindles there to get the spindles powdered that color. At this point, I feel like a freaking crackhead just wanting to get a lot of stuff powder coated, because I'm starting to kind of get into like matchy and trying to like powder coat all the accent pieces I can, kind of like how Mark has his. But at the same time, I still want to go for that stealth look on the Duramax, so I'm gonna try to refrain myself from powder coating many other things that neon yellow. I think that's about all I'm gonna powder coat for now. I'm gonna try to keep it mainly black, because I still want that murdered out look. So that is it for this video, you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the way we cut the factory mud flaps and painted it to match the flares. I think it looks 100 times better than how it looked before, and I already have a couple people lined up in Augusta that wants me to do the same thing for them. So I think they like it. I think it turned out really good, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. But thank you guys so much for everything. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.